municipal building on the borough website and mailing the same to the Beach Haven Times, the Asbury Park Press, and the Press of Atlantic City. Mr. Allen? Mrs. Ball Miller? Here. Dr. Davis?
Here.
Mrs. Rutherford? Mayor Lambert?
Here.
All matters listed under item consent agenda are considered to be routine by the municipal council and will be enacted by one motion in the form listed. Any items requiring expenditure are supported by a certification of availability of funds, and any item requiring discussion will be removed from the consent agenda and discussed separately. All consent agenda items will be reflected in full in the minutes. Resolution 159, 2022 is approving application for fireworks for public display in the area of Taylor Avenue for multiple dates. Resolution 160 is acknowledging the hiring of a laborer for the Department of Public Works. 161 is supporting Senate Bill S1697 and Assembly Bill A757, permitting first responders to claim additional tax exemptions. And Resolution 162, submitting the 2023 New Jersey DOT grant application for 5th Street, the road reconstruction project from Bay Avenue to the ocean front in the amount of $513,420.
Would anyone like to pull any of the resolutions?
Not me.
Are you okay? Okay.
No.
Can I have a motion for resolutions?
So moved.
Second.
Mrs. Ball Miller?
Yes.
Dr. Davis?
Yes.
Mayor Lambert?
Yes.
I have a resolution 148, 2022 is granting a liquor license to the Marlin Restaurant and Bar with special conditions.
Yeah. Would anybody like to discuss anything among council? Mayor
Um,
Lambert?
Oh, yeah, I just want to make the same comments I made last time, that I honestly feel we're doing the town a disservice by not insisting on the online registration from the get-go. In all fairness, Mr. Batista, when he came in, was very amenable to the idea. And, I appreciate that. He didn't dismiss it out of hand by any means. I heard from a few people after the last meeting that they were in agreement. I know the rest of the council feels this way, but for the record, I just wanted to let my feelings be known. Thank you.
My only comment is, I do think that, if there is a problem, with, Bird and Betty's, or the Marlins, teen nights, creating too much, noise and problems with kids running around vandalizing things, we will immediately, require that we have online registration.
Right, just let the public know the same conditions regarding teen night that were under for Bird and Betty's. We put the conditions with the Marlins liquor license as well. And Chief, do you have anything to report on the previous teen nights? So I'd like to open public comment. The floor, would anybody like to make public comment on liquor license renewal 148-2022, granting a liquor license to the Marlin Restaurant and Bar with special conditions? Would anybody like to speak on this? In the room, anybody in virtual world?
Anyone on Zoom wish to be heard for the Marlin renewal of liquor license 2022-2023 can raise an electronic hand. Or you can star 6 and state your name and address for the record. Seeing none.
Can I have a motion to approve liquor license renewal number 148-2022?
So moved.
I'll second.
Mrs. Paul Miller?
Yes.
Dr. Davis?
Yes.
Mayor Lambert?
Well, to be consistent and fair, no.
What's that mean?
That, it passes.
It passes.
Yes.
Okay.
You have majority quorum.
Okay. That's what I thought, but 3 people.
All right, Mayor Lambert, did you want to talk about the wind turbines and support for litigation request?
Sure. We met with Dr. Stern. Sherry and I met a couple months ago, and he gave us an update. And all the municipalities are part of this. There was an ad supporting the efforts of Save LBI as far as the litigation that they have instituted back in January. It has the support of all 6 municipalities, in addition to our Senator Chris Connors, Congressman Van Drew, our assemblyman and assemblywoman, and as I said, all the mayors and municipalities. They're requesting money, obviously, for their purposes, and I know they would like as much money as possible. I think we should help them because, people have said to me, is this a done deal? And my feeling is, I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. But I think we're remiss if we don't make every effort to make sure that the company has their T's crossed and their I's dotted. Because right now, the environmental impact study, which is what the lawsuit is hinging on, has some questions and concerns because they feel the due process needs to be followed here. And that includes doing all the research on the proximity to shore and the tourism industry, the migratory patterns of the whales, the piping plovers. There are considerations here, actually, the effect it might have on the wind that hits our shoreline based on the proximity of these and the size of them. This will be the largest wind farm in the world. And there's a lot of concern that there are too many unknowns at this point, and we just kind of want to slow down and make sure everything is well known. So they're asking for support. They're asking for some financial backing. And personally, I feel that this is a good idea. I don't want to come back and, another, 2030, I believe is when they're supposed to actually start building, and know that we left a stone unturned that we could have controlled a little bit more. I don't think we're being unreasonable. And I would just like to throw out the figure, if the other council members are amenable, of $5,000 to save LBI, to help in their lawsuit, and to hire some of the experts they feel they need to further their position.
I'll make a couple comments. I personally am not in favor of doing this. I really don't think that that the borough should be spending taxpayers' money on this issue, and it's up to the individual to donate. But I have to recuse myself from the vote because I am on the board of trustees at Stockton University, and Stockton is working with both Orsted and Atlantic Shores on these windmill projects, and they're doing a lot of research, and I don't think it would be proper for me to vote.
If you're recusing yourself because of a conflict, then we'd only have 2 members present, so we wouldn't have one to take any action.
Well, I think I really have
Abstaining
to.
from a vote Is different, then it would still pass,
Right.
but because of a conflict, then.
I mean, I think, I have to recuse myself. I feel more comfortable doing
Well,
that.
we're not taking formal action, and I do know where the other members of council stand on it, so if I can just hear a consensus, then I can move forward.
I also agree with Mayor Lambert, and I think Dr. Davis, you hit the nail on the head when you said there's still a lot of research that needs to be done on these offshore wind farms. Between 11 and 14 leases have been given off of the eastern coast of the United States, and ours, the 2 off of New Jersey, are the closest. So I have a lot of concerns, especially with the microclimate that these offshore wind farms could happen to, being that they're only 8 to 20 miles offshore. I'm also concerned with the view shed that is lost, and also the nighttime lights, the blinking lights, which also could be a concern with artificial light disturbance. And there's also, I've been reading today, things are just coming out. Science News, August 18th, 2021, a whole research about this swoosh sound, this amplitude modulation that comes, it's increasing at night. And being that we are so close to these turbines, there's just not enough research for me to be comfortable with in total support for them currently. I'm all for alternative energy. However, when I'm thinking of the borough's concerns, I can't, there's just not enough research for me to fully be on board with this type of alternative energy right offshore of my hometown. So I am supporting the litigation and giving money to them.
The same amount.
Yes, the same amount.
Thank you. Okay, and I just wanted to make a quick announcement that we will have 2 seats vacant on December 31st of this year. The petitions to run for council are available in my office. The petitions are due back in my office by 4 p.m. on September 6th. So if anybody has questions or would like to pick up a petition for council, you can stop by the municipal clerk's office. Thank you. I have a bill list tonight, the amount of $161,686.97.
No questions?
No questions? Mayor Lambert?
question.
Any questions? Bills? Can I have a motion to approve the bills as is?
So moved.
Second,
Mrs. Ball Miller?
Yes.
Dr. Davis?
Yes.
Mayor Lambert?
yes.
Okay, I'm going to open the floor to public comment. If you would like to speak on any matter, please come up to the microphone, state your name and address.
Afternoon, I was supposed to say good morning, but I guess it's a little bit later than that. My name is Pat Trotter. I live at 1401 North Atlantic Avenue in North Beach Haven, which used to be called North Beach Haven, now it's Township. I am with the New Jersey Resource Project. We've been studying the wind issue for several years and working on it. And we would like to suggest that you do not join this lawsuit, not because of what it is in terms of your views on wind, but because the lawsuit itself is frivolous. There was a similar lawsuit that was filed in DC Circuit, same place, Fisheries Survival Fund, and it was thrown out because it was not considered right. And that the timing for what they are trying to do with this litigation is too early in the process, and that NEPA does not kick in that early. And so it seems to me that you would be wasting a lot of money at this point in time supporting this lawsuit, which is most likely to fail. And it's not necessarily about environmental impact or what the turbines will do. That is something that you can make comments to BOEM about, that you can make comments when Ørsted or Atlantic Shores have their meetings and they're open and they're very, very open on their information. The Department of Environmental Protection has also been working on this. Rutgers has been working on this. And there have been a lot of environmental impact studies. In fact, just so you know, the agency BOEM responded to extensive comment that came from partnering agencies, tribes, the commercial fishing industry, stakeholders, and the public. And they responded to those comments by reducing the total acreage originally allotted for lease by 72% to avoid the conflicts of ocean users and minimize environmental impacts. So a lot of work has been done already to try to create lease areas that are that people agree on. So again, I think the lawsuit is misplaced, and I think it's rather frivolous. And then just so you know, the New Jersey Resource Project would be happy to make a presentation to council on the issues about wind. It's nonpartisan. We have the pros and cons. We have what is out there, what things are happening, and how you can participate and make comments. So, but we would just think that you're throwing money after a lawsuit that's not going to survive based on precedent just this past year.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Trotter. Just to let you know, we, council has met with Atlantic Shores on multiple occasions.
Mhm.
Anybody else in the room?
I just want to make a comment, if you don't mind. The environmental impact study is coming up in November. So it's not like this is a long way away. This is not too far away at all. And then we have the 45-day period to comment beyond that.
After Mr. Halpern?
John Halpern, 319 Fairview Avenue, President of Beach Haven Taxpayers Association. I agree with the last comment. As you know, Beach Haven Taxpayers Association did support the project. We sent a letter, as we're able to under the regulatory system, commenting on their construction operation plan. The construction operation plan addressed mirrored all these issues: environmental impact. It actually is a draft environmental impact statement, The visibility issue is a concern of many taxpayers. And I'm not going to repeat what we stated in our letter of October 2021, because we all have various opinions, different opinions about this issue. You know, pros, cons, pros, job creation, impact on climate change, and we all know the cons, you know, from the other side. So at this point, we do not believe that in support of the litigation that we should be using taxpayers' money for that purpose. There is a due process, and we should all follow that due process. Thank you.
You can come up to the microphone, please state your name and address.
I'm not a resident. I just
You
wanted.
can- Doesn't matter, just state your
Okay.
name, and address, please.
Perfect, thank you. My name is Sunny Vargas. My residence is 7 Nautilus Boulevard in Lacey Township, New Jersey.
Would you speak directly into the
Oh, yeah.
microphone? Thank you.
So I just wanted to correct something that was kind of missaid. The BOEM draft environmental impact statement for Ocean Wind 1 is out right now. So it was recently just published last week. It's on BOEM's website, so it came out on the 24th, last Friday. And public comments are available until August 8th. You can email your comments to board secretary at BOEM. I can definitely share that with you folks. But yeah, the public comment period is open now until August 8th. So I just wanted to let folks know about
Thank
that.
you, Ms. Vargas. So
Thank
just to let the public be aware, the Ocean Wind LLC is the Orsted, where the mayor was referring to the Atlantic Shores Environmental Impact Study, which would be the date that she said. Thank you.
Mhm.
Which is the one that would be rated directly out, right in our view shed.
Hi, I'm Lisa Galato. I live at 310 Southwest Avenue, Beach Haven. I did read a couple articles from the Sandpaper, and there are 3 public meetings coming up from BOEM about the wind. But I thought it was very odd that they suggest comments, but they also suggested in the article that they will publish our name and address and other personal information. And if we do not want that information published, we have to write a cover letter and explain the harm or the fear from its disclosure. I feel this is intimidation for not addressing it at all. I mean, I don't think they want any, opposition. And I really I don't think people want their name and address published with their comments. I feel everybody has a right to an opinion. So I wanted to say that. Also, I've been reading about the studies in Europe. They have wind farms, and their first year when they had the wind farms, it was 46% wind, and the second year it was 23%. So it's not consistent. So I don't understand how you can, make electricity and say, it's going to be consistent year after year when the wind isn't. And so the windmills won't be, and then neither will the electricity that comes from that. Thank you.
Thank you. Would anyone else in the room like to make a comment, public comment on any topic? Anyone on Zoom?
I don't see.
I will close the floor to public comment and move on to final remarks by council. Okay.
I don't-
Dr. Davis, would
Yeah.
you like to go first?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Well, happy 4th of July coming up, and I hope it's calmer than Memorial Day. That's the most important thing. I think we're ready for summer, and we're all ready. And I just got back from the mainland, and it's 15 degrees hotter there than here, so we're all lucky to be here. But I don't really have much to say, except for have a nice holiday week.
Mayor Lambert.
Yes, I have something I would like to read if you'll indulge me. This past Monday, something very nice happened to one of our newest and most famous nonprofit businesses, the Compassion Cafe. Each year, TD Bank runs an event where they acknowledge and reward a person or business who has had a significant impact on the community. This is known as the TD Thanks You Initiative. Our local TD branch manager, Nicole Doherty, submitted the Compassion Cafe for consideration, along with a narrative explaining why she felt the cafe and Sue Sharkey, its founder, deserved the recognition. I would also like to note that Nicole's husband, Mike, is a valued member of the Beach Haven Public Works Department, which makes it even all the more personal. Each year, TD chooses 4 businesses or individuals who most meet their criteria for this initiative, and this year's top vote getter was the Compassion Cafe. It should be noted that the nominating area includes all TD Bank locations on the East Coast from Maine to Florida, so the competition is very stiff. TD sent a crew down, which included Heather, an influencer from California, and their marketing and film crew from Toronto. They spent the day at the Seashell filming the location where the cafe normally operates, but under the guise of doing it as a small business special on the show. They interviewed many of the employees, volunteers, customers, and wanted to surprise Sue with this wonderful honor. Because of the rain Monday evening, the grand finale was moved to the Spray Beach Yacht Club, where Sue was indeed surprised to learn that she and the Compassion Cafe were recipients of this outstanding award and the accompanying gifts, which included a new trailer to move the business equipment around in, a new laptop for their business, 2 years of free coffee from a local provider, and various other gifts totaling approximately $20,000. The video should be available around August 8th on YouTube and various other social media sites. Needless to say, it was a great evening and well-deserved recognition for everyone associated with the cafe. I want to make a special thank you to Nicole Doherty for making this all possible with her submission, to TD Bank for hosting this program and their generosity, and of course, Sue Sharkey and the employees, volunteers, and board of directors who make us proud every day of what they're accomplishing here in Beach Haven. Thank you, in case you weren't aware. And also, I would like to just say, happy 4th. Parents, please, please, please know where your kids are going. Encourage them to be safe and to act accordingly and like good citizens. We want to have a nice, quiet 4th, relatively speaking. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor Lambert. Just to echo on what the mayor has said, I want to wish everybody a happy and safe 4th of July. Please be courteous of your neighbors, be aware of your surroundings, and pick up your garbage. Have a wonderful time and be safe. Can I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
All in
Second.
favor?
Thank you, meeting adjourned.